My name is David Shands. I have a clothing brand called Sleep Is For Suckers, and it's geared towards the entrepreneur and anybody that's ever lost sleep doing what they love. So I make these little YouTube videos, Entrepreneurship 101, teaching people how I went from working at the Cheesecake Factory as a server to running a six-figure business, son. Some businesses can make $100,000, but they're spending $120,000. It's crazy. So today's message is know your numbers. I need you to know your numbers. Oh, you make six figures, you make $200,000 a year. Well, I really need you guys to build your business by being educated about what your business is. If you are going to set a goal to make $100,000 in a year, that's a big goal. When I worked at the Cheesecake Factory, my only goal in life, make $100,000. If I can make $100,000, I'll be rich forever, son. One year I made over $100,000, but for some reason I just didn't have no money at the end of the year. I'm like, yo, I made six figures, that was my goal, but I didn't really know my numbers. So would y'all like to walk with me into my personal financial situation? This sucks. Real quick, my kiosk costs $2,000 a month. What I know about the fact that my kiosk costing $2,000 a month isn't that my kiosk costs $2,000 a month. The real fact of the matter is it costs me $66 a day. It costs me $66 a day to run my kiosk. And this is before any of you say, yo, I wanna get a kiosk in a mall, or I wanna get a studio, and I wanna get all this kind of stuff, right? This is what I need you to do. I need you to know your numbers. I know you're a dope barber, and I know you can cut everybody's hair in the world, but I need you to look at the rent of the venue. Not only the rent of the venue, but I need you to look at the electricity bill of the venue. I also need you to find out how much the water is going to cost you. How much does it cost you to get a customer in advertising? This is like my real life scenario. So it costs me $66 a day in rent. I'm not at the kiosk all the time. And let's say, for instance, at the kiosk that's open from 10 to 9 every single day, that's 11 hours a day that it's open. 11 hours a day. Now, let's say, for instance, I was going to pay $8 an hour at the kiosk. So I have to pay somebody $8 an hour to be at the kiosk. Times $8 an hour is costing me $88 a day to operate this business. If you add the 66 plus the 88, that gets what? Ryan, help me out. Okay, fine. 14, carry the 1. 150, can you make sure that's right? So it's costing me $154 every day before I even sell a shirt. I get it. So you think if I sell $154, then I'm breaking even. No, my friend. So even if I sold $154 in product cost, let's just say, for instance, each shirt costs $7 and we sell them for $25. At $25, to break even almost, we'd have to sell 6 shirts. Times 25 is 150. Is that right, Ryan? Cool. But what if each shirt costs me $7 to make? The cost of these 6 shirts that I have to sell is $42. So even if I sold 6 shirts, you're saying, oh, David, your cost of running your business is $154 and you sold 6 shirts, you broke even. Not necessarily, because to make $150 is costing me $42. So I'm still in the hole, which means I have to make at least $200 a day at my kiosk to break even. I know you want to build a business, and I know you see people that say, yo, I'm bringing in all this money. I told the guy one day, I was like, yo, kiosk, slow day, man. We made $200. And he was like, oh my gosh, you make $200 a day? That's $1,400 a week. That's $5,600 a month. Yo, that's good money for your business. Well, I ain't even pay myself. I ain't even eat nothing with the $200 a day. So the only way that we make money, the only way like you can keep up the lifestyle that you want to keep up as an entrepreneur, if you are going to go the overhead route, is knowing your numbers. Okay, because it might cost you more than you think. And then you can't figure out why you're drowning in business, but you're making all this money, but you're not making any money. So like, I really need you to know your numbers. I think for you, the first thing you can do is go online. If you're gonna open up a boutique or something like that, I need you to go online. I don't want you to think it's not costing you anything to make the money, because I still need you to look into how much it's costing you to run your website, how much it's gonna cost you to ship your product, how much it's going to cost you to make your product, your time. Like, how much time do you have to put in it versus the money that you're going to make, to see if this is something that you really, really want to do. If your goal is to make money, I'm telling you off rip, it costs money to get customers. It costs time to get customers. Are you willing to invest that? There's a whole bunch of questions questions that you need to ask yourself. And I go through this scenario just to make you aware. So first, I need you to analyze every aspect and every number in your business. Look at your numbers. It's vital. I was watching The Profit one day. There was a business that was, I think it said it was doing $50 million a year. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I could make $50 million a year, but they were spending 51. They're losing $1 million a year building a big business, but they're losing $1 million a year. So the first thing I need you to do is know your numbers. The second thing I need you to do is get your own finances together. I need you to look at all your numbers, your personal numbers and everything. How much does it cost you to eat every day? How much does it cost you to live? Don't quit your job yet. I just need you to hold off for a little bit. Before you quit your job and just jump out the window, I need you to go through these numbers, okay? How much is it costing you to get fly? What is your rent? What is your car note? What are your light bills? What are your, I need you to get all these numbers together and figure out how much it's costing you to run a business and live at the same time. If you don't have a plan for how this business is going to pay all of that, don't quit your job yet. I know Steve Harvey said you just gotta jump off and then grow the wings. I feel you, but I'm telling you, you're headed for tragedy if you don't at least know your numbers. It don't cost you nothing to learn your numbers. Listen, numbers tell the truth. Jonathan Green says it all the time. Everything is math. The answer to every problem is a math equation. Every problem. So if you're trying to work out, if you're a gym buff, how much is it costing you to lose the weight? Vegetables are a little more expensive than fried chicken. I'm just saying, I don't know why, it just is. Healthy eating is more expensive than eating filth. So look at your numbers. Before you decide to lose all this weight through this healthy activity, because if you can't afford it, then you'll go back to that regular lifestyle. I need you to know your numbers. Yo, you know what? Maybe we'll do financial independence after this video. Yo, so this is broad scale stuff. Next week, we're going into your household, your own personal finances, what to do with $100. And I'm gonna take this whole training from Jim Rohn. If you don't know Jim Rohn, he's dope. I watched him over and over and over and over again when I was leaving the Cheesecake Factory, and he just kind of broke down big principles in bite-sized portions for people like me. Analyze every aspect of your business. How much it's costing you to make money? That's a good title of this video. What's it costing you to make money? Let's name it that. Peace. Whoa. I'm sorry. Now y'all see this hat. The polka dot joint. Yo, Ryan, the polka dot joint, this joint ain't crazy. There's the Sleep is for Suckers. We got all kind of colors. Go on the website, sleepisforsuckers.com. Follow me on Snapchat. All the kids are on Snapchat, so I had to get on Snapchat. si4s.snap. Follow me on Instagram at sleepisforsuckers. Man, I need y'all to share this video, okay? This might really help somebody before they say, oh, I want a store. I want a big business. You sure?